busy today from
Yes,
from 3 o'clock.
it's the first year I've got so many students to supervise, and so
Yeah,
and because I'm going early on holiday,
yeah.
and we got the the list of our supervisors very late, like you did. Get your supervisor very late. It leaves very little um, time to see things together. Well done, Cheyenne, on your proposal. That's good achievement, I think. Good achievement. You must be proud of you. Good, good. That's an interesting topic. I've got plenty of questions for you. Do you have questions for me?
Yeah, I have some question about the brain. And I received the email asking me to submit the brain, but it needs the signature.
Yes, you need my signature.
So
My signature. So you need to add me as your supervisor
yeah,
in the system, and then send it to me, and I'm
uh,
going to sign. But we need to see a few things on it. I read it, and I would like you to change a few things, but very little, to make sure it goes through.
okay.
Hopefully, you never know with Bream, but let me see. I think I'm going back on I think it's H1. If you go back to H1 section,
Yeah, wait a minute.
the rest is very clear, and I think it's good. And the only thing is, yes, F5 and H1. H1, I think you need to say more precisely at the end of what you've written
Yeah,
that no vulnerable individuals will be involved. That's what they want to see. You see, the second question says, will any vulnerable groups or individuals be involved? And so you need to say clearly, no individual, vulnerable individuals will be involved. Say it very clearly at the end of your paragraph. Add it. You need to add that.
okay.
They want to see it very clearly. And I was just wondering, because you say the data collection in F5 and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
collection has already been done.
No, I don't start it.
You can't, yes, you can't say that, otherwise they're going to refuse because you can't start without the BREAM.
Yeah,
So the data collection process will be implemented for 5 weeks from August
yeah. August.
August
Okay,
2021, so that they give you a feedback
August.
in 3 weeks. Yes, from
Okay,
August 2021 until the end. You have to submit by the 1st November.
first to know. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
first
so
first
say
November.
until 1st November. So this gives you time to collect the data.
Okay, so it
First
ends at
November
August.
to 1st November or
Okay,
end of October, for example,
okay.
2021. That's important that you change those two things before
Yeah,
you submit your brief.
okay.
Okay, they are not in the brain. They are not going to look at your questionnaire very precisely. They just want to see examples of questions to check that ethically it is good, and that's it. But you still have got time to change your questionnaire.
Yeah, I think the questionnaire is little, and I think it need more for the question, and we need to make many factor to do it. So I think it need more questions. So do I need to add more question in the questionnaire?
At the moment, I've got some questions on your questionnaire myself, so I
Oh,
need to. Yes, we need to discuss that. It's important because you want
yeah,
to the best questionnaire, and in how you formulate your research and the hypotheses. And I've not. I must tell you, Jan, I did not read because you submitted the BREAM and you
yeah,
submitted a complete file.
yeah.
Looks like a literature review and a proposal. I didn't read the proposal at the moment because I
Oh,
can only write one chapter for you. I can only read one chapter and say I don't want to. I don't know if you want me to read that one
yeah.
or if you want me to read later. the whole literature review or whatever. So depending, you tell me if you want me to read what you've sent, what you've submitted. I will read it later. But if you would like me to read something you've worked on again, I'll read later. So you let me know which one you want me to read and provide complete feedback on. But it may not be that one. What I would like to discuss with you is first, I understood. Tell me if I understood well. You're going to identify to measure the factors affecting customer satisfaction in the context of fashion e-commerce in China. Where how did you identify the factors? Do they come from the literature?
Yeah, I think there are many factors. Like in China, it's a very different country. There are many websites to sell goods and other things. So they are very, very, how to say, maybe like the like like, like the product, like the website design, like the channels, like the
Those are different tools.
yeah.
They are not factors for me. The factors affecting customer satisfaction, yes, maybe the tools are factors that can affect satisfaction, but you need to identify clearly what are those factors. And those factors need to come, if you want to make a quantitative research, if you want to measure how each factor affects customer satisfaction, then you need to have identified all the factors from the literature. Okay, so you need to, and that you need to be clear that those factors come from the literature. So you need to have a very complete literature research that will identify the factors that can affect customer satisfaction. What factors can affect customer satisfaction? That's your literature. You identify the factors, and then your own research is going to measure which factors impact customer satisfaction in China when in the context of e-commerce and fashion. Okay, so the factors need to be derived from the literature. That's very important, and so we need to see where they derive from. Okay, that's very important. So that's why it's very difficult for me to comment completely on your questionnaire, because I don't know where those factors derive from, and I don't know if it's complete. I would need to read your complete literature review to understand this, if it's complete. So that's maybe something you might do in the next 3 weeks when I will be away. When I'm away, you can work on your literature review and identifying the factors, because that could impact satisfaction. And once you've identified the factors through the literature, I can read your literature review maybe and say, okay, I think you're exhaustive. It's good, and you've identified all the factors. Literature is good, so you can go for your questionnaire. Okay, to make sure it's complete. That's the first thing. And then in the way you write your questions, let me open your questionnaire, the questionnaire survey. I've got questions on the first section, the first part, when I think it's good to have age and gender and all identification questions, personal information, but make sure they are written well. For example, if I'm 25, where do I sit? I want to answer and I'm 25. Do I tick A or do I tick B?
Maybe B is.
If it's B, then you need to sit 18 to 24.
Yeah.
And then 25 to 40 or to 39 and 40 to 55. So if I've got two choices, I can tick as a person who's going to answer that is going to be biased. Okay, so you need to really make sure that people can only answer one of the potential answers, not two. Okay. So 40 to 54 and or to 55 and over 55. That's good. But okay, gender is okay. Occupation, I was a bit student, employee. I was destabilized because it's something I've not seen a lot. student, employer, employee, and employed.
Yeah.
But if you want it that way, don't forget in your methodology section, Diane, you will have to justify each question. Why did you write it that way? Why do you ask that question? What is the purpose? Okay, so
Okay.
make it clear what it is. So range of monthly income, you've got the same issue as with age. If I am 1,500 US dollars,
Yeah.
where do I sit? So you need to be clear, okay?
I use it.
So it's not too tight. And then, have you ever shopped for fashion products from an e-commerce website? I'm going to make the consumer answering yourself. Yes,
Yes.
okay. I've done that. I'm not Chinese, but I've done that. I've gone through Alibaba. Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Please choose the level of your agreement with the following statements. The e-commerce web interface is user-friendly and easy to understand. But which e-commerce web?
Uh.
I've used Alibaba, but also the other one, Taobao, and also JD. So for which one am I going to answer?
Like the JD is like Amazon. It's
Yes,
very
but
very similar.
no, you don't understand my question, Giant. Giant is, if I'm answering,
Yeah.
let's imagine I've used all those websites.
Uh.
I'm a consumer that has used all those websites.
Uh.
When I do answer the first question on web design, do I answer for Alibaba, Taobao, or JD.com? Which one do I choose? Because they don't have the same web design. You see what I mean? They don't have the same web design. So the interface, I could think the interface for GD is good, but Alibaba is not good. So
Maybe
how do I answer?
yeah, maybe different people like different website. Maybe I like the GD.
Yes,
It's so clear.
yes, but how do you know for which website I'm talking about when I answer my question? And how do I know, as a respondent, if I'm a respondent, how do I know which one I should evaluate? You see, it's complicated to write a questionnaire, but you need to make sure that the respondent knows exactly what to do and that the question is easy for them. Here, it's not easy. It's easy to say strongly, disagree, neutral. That's a Likert care. That's good. But what I don't know what to do is, should I evaluate GD or should I evaluate Alibaba? Or should I, if I shop at the three of them, or even 4 or 5 different websites, which one do I evaluate? That's an issue for me as a respondent. And I'm going to drop your questionnaire and not answer anything because I don't know what to answer. Because I may think the web interface for Taobao is good, but the one for Alibaba is not good. So what do I answer then? I don't know. I'm lost in your questionnaire. So you need to guide your respondents and say, okay, maybe, so have you ever shopped? You need another question. Think of the last time you shopped for an e-commerce website for fashion. Which website was it?
Okay.
And then evaluate the website. Okay?
Okay.
Also, because you can find some people who are very, they might be, used to going to those websites very often, and the website might have changed as well, because those companies change their websites. So they might. So you need to tell them, think of the last time you bought fashion on this website, and they need to be clear. They need to tell you which website it was, so that you can compare the answers. Very important. And they need to evaluate for the last time, because that's the most recent in their mind, and they will compare things that are comparable. It will be for this experience, because another experience might be different. You may go on a website one day, okay, everything's perfect, and the next day you go and something happens, I don't know what, on the website while you're, I don't know, while you, I don't know, putting your bank accounts data, whatever, something happened, blocks and the experience is not the same. So you need to make sure what they are talking about and make the life for the respondent easy. Okay, and also for you, you want to know what you're analyzing as data. What were they talking about when they were talking about web design? So you see, it's easy. So maybe you want to collect. Do you want to collect for only one e-commerce website, and the same for everyone?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Okay. And what's the rationale behind having three or four different ones? Are you going to make comparisons?
Maybe it's B2B and Alibaba is B2B, Taobao is B2C, and JD like to seller to seller, C2C. It's different. Yeah, it's
Yes.
different.
It's different, but are you going to do analysis with that data, that knowledge? If you know that this respondent number 1 answered talking about Taobao, and respondent number 2 answered but was talking about Alibaba, and respondent number 3 answered but was talking about JD.com, are you going to compare and contrast the results for each of the e-commerce websites?
Okay.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Then are you going to compare? I don't know. You need to think what you are going to analyze. That's very important. Because, for example, if we go to promotion, I look at the brand has discount policies for customers when buying on e-commerce websites. Do you need the customers to know this? Do you need your survey to know this? Can't you go on the website yourself and know about that? What is the purpose of this question? I'm trying to. I'm nasty. So sorry, Jan, but I'm trying to make sure you know what you're doing there. Yeah. The brand has discount policies for customers. What is it going to bring to your research? This?
Yeah, for the discount policy, maybe somebody want to buy a product. If they have the discount, they will buy as soon as.
Yes. So you think it's going to influence satisfaction, the fact that there are discount policies?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Advertisements on e-commerce websites are very attractive. That is an evaluation from the customer, because everyone has got their own view of what is attractive and what is not attractive. But the brand has discount policies for customers. I mean, it's a fact. It's not something you evaluate on a Likert scale. It has or it has not. But I find the brand discount policies for customers are attractive. Okay, that's another thing. You see the difference? If you write as a question, I find that this e-commerce website has discount policies, has attractive discount policies for customers. I think that I do agree, or these as discount policies, I do agree, I don't agree. That's attractive. I agree or I don't agree, it's attractive. Here they don't have to agree or not agree. It has or it has not. So it's difficult for me to answer. The brand has discount policies. Okay, yes, they have. So what do I answer? Disagree, agree. There's no need for a scale, because it's not my evaluation. It's a yes or no question. You see? Yeah, so you need to label this question. You need to label this question differently, saying maybe this e-commerce brand or this e-commerce website have attractive discount policies for customers. And then you will see if it relates to satisfaction. You will be able to measure if people think it's attractive, and if they are satisfied, is there a relationship between the two? Okay? So I can track and learn information about the sales promotion of the business through the e-commerce website. Yes, I am attracted to. So it's a matter of attraction. This first, let's say number 5, needs to be rephrased. Okay?
Okay.
So make sure each of it is you need to test it maybe on people. Have a few of your friends somewhere or your family try and answer the questions. So to see whether it's easy to answer the question and if they make sense for the respondents. I agree that I can easily contact customer service. It's good. We connect with satisfaction, of course.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And perceived prices. It's all about perception. You're right. It's perception of attractiveness, perception of prices. That's important. How if they feel the information is of quality. That's important. So you have things to fine tune, I would say. You've got a good basis with your questionnaire, but you need to adapt a few things, to correct a few things. Okay?
Okay.
So mainly the main question, if I was the respondent, is do I answer if I used to shopping using three different e-commerce websites, which one do I choose to respond on? I don't know. So you need to guide the respondent and say, think about your last purchase on an e-commerce fashion website.
Yeah.
Which was it? And you can get a qualitative answer there. You can ask them to write it down. Either you have you suggest a few e-commerce websites, and then you have another option, and you make them tick which one it was. Was it Taobao? Was it Alibaba? Was it which one did you use last time you purchased fashion on a website?
Okay.
Which one was it? Which one was it?
Which one? Yeah.
And now think about this experience you had on the website when you bought this at that moment, and not another moment. Were you satisfied, etc., etc., etc. Okay.
Okay.
But to be able to answer, the respondent need to know what they are talking about. They cannot answer very precisely if they're talking of different experiences on different websites. So they need to answer your questionnaire based upon one specific experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's okay.
Good.
Yeah. So I need to compare each other.
Yes, you need to rethink your questionnaire based on that. And you will rethink it after you make sure you have understood all tools, all the factors affecting customer satisfaction. That's very important that you have identified all the factors on the website that affect customer satisfaction. You need, okay? But I think you've got quite a good idea, and you've got a good. I would run it like this with those questions. That would be enough. But you need just to make it more explicit for the respondent what they have to answer about. So you need a few more questions to guide them.
Okay.
And to help you after analyze the data, because it will be easier if you get precise answers from respondents who knew what to answer. It will be easier to analyze the data afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And for the sample, like the years old, maybe I think my friend always the 20 to 40 years. For the other years old, I can't call it them. So how can I do it?
What do you mean?
Yeah, we set four group years old.
Yes.
But I can only call it 25 to 40.
Yes, but 25 to 40, that's
Yeah.
239, and 25 to 39,
Because
20 to 39 is good.
I will send the questionnaire to the website and the WeChat and other social media. And my friend and my family is often 25 to 40. I'm not
Okay.
sure. The 80 to 25 and our 50 to 5.
Where will you find those?
Yeah, how to find them?
different social media.
Yeah, use social media like Chinese social media because
Yeah.
I need to the people can read English and
Yeah.
it's difficult for 50 to 5.
Can't you do it in Chinese?
Yeah.
Can't you translate the questionnaire in Chinese to get
Uh,
Chinese?
uh, it's
Because
okay.
that has been done in the past. So you
Uh,
could have a Chinese translation
okay.
and send it in Chinese, and then retranslate to your data. But your data is figures, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter whether you collected it in Chinese. So you could have two versions: a version in English for your dissertation, and a version in Chinese to collect the data.
Okay.
That you can do. I'm not going to check your Chinese, Jan. I trust you, but that you can do. Yes, that's
Yeah.
not an issue.
Okay.
Um, yes, I was just thinking. Yes, you need to make sure now that you submit your BREEAM application.
Yeah.
So little changes we've mentioned,
Okay.
and you add me as your supervisor. You send it to me. I'm going to sign it. So if you can do it quickly, because I'm going on holiday on Thursday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you
No,
can
no
do it
problem.
as soon as possible, I will sign it with
Okay.
the changes, and so that you can go through the process.
Okay.
And while we are going to wait for the answer
Mm.
and the approval, in the meantime, the best thing is to write your literature review, your rationale for researching this, and your literature review, and strengthen it. You strengthen this section, and you rework on your questionnaire.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you know already how you're going to analyze your data?
Use the space.
Yeah, SPSS, but which type of analysis are you going to do?
Yeah. Forward.
Which type of analysis are you going to do? To
Uh.
run? Do you know yet?
I'm not sure now.
No. So you need
Yeah.
to,
I
you
will
also
learn
think
it.
when you write your questionnaire,
Okay.
don't write a questionnaire like this without knowing how you're going to analyze the data.
Mm.
So always think when you write a questionnaire, what do I do with the answers to those questions? What am I going to do? It's very important because a lot of students in the end realize that they didn't collect the right data for the analysis they wanted to do.
Mm.
So make sure you're going to collect the right type of data for the analysis. Okay?
Okay.
Um, what else? What else? I think that's it. That's very interesting. I think research. Did you identify an article or from the literature that was doing something um, the same type of research that were looking at the factors affecting customer satisfaction in e-commerce, use of e-commerce? Did you find
Mm.
any research that looked like that?
No.
No, there is nothing. It could be in another country. So research that has not been done in another country.
Mm?
No.
No.
No, so good. I don't know. I've not done the research, the literature research, but you might find that it has been this type of research has already been done, looking at the factors affecting customer satisfaction when shopping on a website. I
Mm.
would have thought there was already such a research that was done. Um, Maybe not in China, but in other countries.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you need to make sure, strengthen your rationale. So I suggest that you submit the BREEAM application, Jan,
Okay.
and I'm going to sign it before I go on holiday. I'm
Okay.
going to take my 3 weeks holiday. I need them
Okay.
desperately. So I'm not going to answer any of my emails during 3 weeks. So you're going to be left on your own. But I trust you're on the right track. So I trust you're going to manage. So the
Okay.
idea is when I come back in early August, I come back on the 2nd of August. I
Okay.
We could have another meeting. And so maybe before we do that meeting, you would like me to read something or not, depending what is the section of your dissertation you would prefer me to read and give
Okay.
that feedback on. So,
Okay.
for example, during those 3 weeks, if you manage to finish your rationale, literature review, hypothesis, don't forget your hypothesis, they should derive from the literature. Maybe you would like me to read that section so that we make sure where you are going with your data collection
Okay.
next time we see each other. So you need to think and you need to tell me which one you would prefer. Or if you would prefer that I read your methodology section later or your result, I don't know. It all depends where you feel the strongest and where you feel you need help the most. Okay? Because I can't read the whole dissertation. So you need to think which section you would prefer me to provide complete feedback on.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask you, Jane, can you, do you have questions left for your?
Because it's a long time to write it, and in the future I will do more and to write something. I think next meeting I can write more things and to discuss because now it's too little.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got 3 weeks to go back to your research and
Yeah.
reinforce it, and then we can discuss. Yes.
Yeah.
I suggest that now you make a little written summary of what we have exchanged about. So, what did I tell you? What did you tell me? What were your questions, and so on? Little summary, and you send it to me
Okay.
as a trace, as a logbook. We're going to have a logbook of our exchanges. That's important, so that you remind what we've been talking about. Uh,
Okay.
so it's good that you do it now, or you're going to forget. And you send it to me so that as a trace, so that I get the trace as well of
Yeah.
of our exchanges, and we're going to plan another meeting early August when I come back. I contact you or you contact me
Okay.
with what you've written or whatever, and we plan a new meeting that first week of August. Okay?
Okay. It's
Okay,
okay.
that's good. And in the meantime, yes, try and rethink about your questionnaire, how you can make it better, to make sure you collect, to make sure it's already a good start of a questionnaire,
Yeah.
but still improve little things to make sure the respondent is at ease when answering the questions. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe you could ask, I don't know if it's a, could you ask, I'm just thinking while I'm talking, so it might be complete nonsense, but could you think of asking the respondent to connect on one website?
What?
And connect on one website and ask them what is their experience. I don't know. No, it might be too much. You can't ask them to go and purchase something.
Okay.
But that would be interesting, but that's might be too much. So no, don't do that. Just ask them to talk about the last purchase. The last purchase of fashion they made on the website. And let them describe which website it was so that you can analyze later. If you have I don't know, 100 people unsatisfied with the same website, and they tell you why they are unsatisfied. This would be good data to collect. Okay,
Oh.
but you need to know which website they are talking about and which experience they are talking about, so that it's comparable.
Okay.
Okay,
I will try it.
I know it's difficult. Writing a questionnaire is something very difficult. A
Yeah.
good questionnaire. But you need to think when you realize, you can't realize too late it was not a good questionnaire because you don't want to do it twice. And so it's important that you take some time to rethink about it. Okay, Jan?
Yeah, it's okay.
But well done. It's a good. I think I'm convinced it's going to be a very good research and an interesting dissertation to read. And I feel you've understood about research, and that's good.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
well done. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
go on. So what's your plan for the summer, Jan?
Maybe I will write some draft before the August mid-year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you
maybe.
have other plans than your
Yeah,
dissertation? Apart from your dissertation, I know it's the big part of your summer, but
yeah,
apart from that, any other plans? Are you going to move a little or do something
yeah.
else to change your mind? You're not going to move from your desk? Are you going to move from your desk a little?
No.
No.
Yeah, I only want to finish the distinction
Yeah,
before the September.
I know.
It's enough.
Yeah, I understand that. What are your plans after the masters? Are you going back to China?
No, maybe I will make a company and apply a startup visa.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Do you have ideas?
yeah, because I often sell some goods to China and sometimes the good from China to UK and sell at local.
Okay,
Yeah,
very interesting. Yes, there to be. Yeah, well done.
yeah,
That's good. I like to see entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs is a good thing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. You find your own job.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. But try and do some sports a little. Get out of your chair. You should a little bit. No,
Yeah,
just to get some fresh air and because dissertation is, yes, it's hard. You're right. It's very hard, and I understand you want to get rid of it. It's really, but you're on the right track. So
Eh,
that's
yeah. It's a big work.
it is a big work. It is a big work. But Jayan, I guess Nadia explained that to you already. But it's masters is the last step before a PhD, and so we need to check that you can do research.
Yeah, I know.
If you're a master and then you apply for a PhD, we need to make sure that you can go to a PhD if you would like to. So that's why we need to train you for research. You need to make research. Also, sometimes it looks like it's very disconnected from w- real life research.
Yeah,
That's it. What is it going to bring to you if you want to be an entrepreneur? I don't know, but it's part of the diploma. We need to go through that because if in case you would ask to go for a PhD, we need to make sure you can do research.
yeah.
It's important. Okay, so I wish you a nice start of the summer
Yeah.
and good luck with all this work. And we'll see each other early August. Okay,
Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
so I'm waiting for your summary and your BRIM application so that I can sign it.
Okay.
To ask for my signature for the BRIM.
Okay.
See you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye bye, Diane.
Bye.